The world is sick because of difficult people. Don't let difficult people harm your health. Let's talk about it. Welcome, I'm Dr. Lisa Ann Homick from Homick Advanced Chiropractic, and this is Brain Snob episode 20. Everyone should be a brain snob. Being a brain snob is not an insult, it is a high compliment. It means you know how the brain works so you can really harness your brain for amazing experiences, because your brain makes your body, now you make your life. We can see how different health issues translate to brain care with the BFA protocol, Brain First Always. It is the master system, so let's go straight to the top. When you come to the office, you can get your BFA template, and that includes the map for the healing journey. I like to listen to Sirius XM. I'm a Sirius junkie, meaning I love my talk shows. Ken Coleman had his show on a few days ago with a caller talking about a difficult boss, and the caller wanted to know how to weigh the pros and cons of the difficult situation because it was becoming unbearable, but she needed to stay there for a certain amount of time for the experience and to follow up on her career path and to keep on her specified, to meet her specified goals. So Ken Coleman was talking to her about the pros and cons, and I honestly can't remember what the outcome of the situation was. He wanted her to look at it very carefully and figure out if the money-making potential would change if she left. How long does she need to stay there at the minimum? How to kind of work around this person? It gets complicated. I can tell you that a lot of my patients who come to the office, that is their number one issue, is a difficult person at the workplace. I would call it a major impediment to health, but we can deal with it. There's different avenues. This also applies to maybe a family member that's difficult to deal with as well, but I'll focus on the job right now because people like their jobs. They're not upset about the pay or the time that they put in, the hours, or even the job duties, or even their customers. They are having issues with a coworker or a boss or a manager. And here's what is making people sick. They are not appreciated at their job. That sounds so simple. There could be a simple solution, but it is complicated because people are depressed and demoralized. They are sick, they're run down, they are tired, they have headaches, they're miserable at the job because of a boss or a manager or a coworker who is unbearable to work with. And people are meant to be connected to each other. People are meant to feel appreciated. Your talents should be recognized. For some reason, that's not happening, and people are their health is, I would say, in jeopardy. Sometimes you can't leave your job and find another job, or it takes a while to really search the job market and be patient enough to get into the right opportunity. So what we're dealing with is a brain impaired person who is dealing with their own life issues and taking it out on everybody else. So the person that's difficult is brain impaired, doesn't know it, doesn't understand it, maybe doesn't even care. But you are suffering because you have to hear day in and day out just a lot of demoralizing compliments, criticisms, and nothing's ever right. And it's sad. Here's the thing we can't let happen. We can't let our own anger and frustration over this lack of contentment on the job, we can't let that get embedded in the web of our limbic system. The limbic system, back of the brain here, which becomes fired up with fight or flight. If you have consistent frustrations, they go right to the back of the brain once they're repetitive and chronic, and they are going to change the biochemistry of your body because your brain thinks it is in danger every time you're at work. Walking on eggshells changes your brain, rewires it, and that can become problematic. This is how bad health can start. It's not recognized too well at how this happens. People wake up one day sick. They have a chronic disorder, and they don't make the connection that day in and day out they've been suffering with a limbic system imbalance that has taken over their health. When the limbic system is that overpowering, the frontal brain is not as effective. Your ability to work through problems, your brain energy is sapped. Your memory, it's just a domino effect. It's not good, folks. Also, the vagus nerve, the one that's back of the brain, goes to throat, heart, lung, and all your digestive organs. They don't work as well. What happens? A lot of people have throat problems, breathing problems. Their heart rate changes, hypertension, stomach issues, irritable bowel. These all happen because the vagus nerve is shut down and not allowed to work properly. The limbic system is ruling because it thinks it has to be in a defensive mode of survival because of that repetitive stress every day. When you are in that survival mode, you can't be healthy. You cannot be in a state of growth and defense at the same time. We don't want two brain impaired people. You've got to take care of yourself with the Brain First Always protocol. You've got to, because the other person may never do it, and that person may never take care of his or her health or situation, whatever's making that person unhappy. But you've got to take care of you, and it starts with the brain. And we do that with the BFA protocol. In fact, I have updated my BFA template. It's just one sheet of paper. I made it a little more appealing to the eye, and I have 3 quick steps that you can consider and to help organize your thoughts. And so this template, I ask you to figure out what is slowing you down. How does your react-reset mechanism work? Because if it's burned out, your body just can't catch up. You're going to feel like you're behind the 8 ball all the time, and that's stressful. And that's where your tissues get weaker and weaker. Your tissue resilience isn't going to be able to handle the stresses anymore. We've got to boost that. And that we have to enter the 3 doorways: moving your brain, feeding your brain, and talking to your brain. So this template you get at the office. It accompanies the map for the healing journey. And within those extra pages, there are coaching points that we work on. We individualize it for your situation. And I try to make it exciting, as I'm attempting to do on this video. So, let's dive into a better future with a better brain. Learn how to move your brain, feed your brain, and talk to your brain. How do we do that? We visit the office. You read my blog. It's called createpurpose.com. Watch the orientation video. Start a conversation in the comments section. Please hit the like button if you enjoyed this video. And hit the subscribe button. And, of course, hit the bell for notifications. Look for my next episode. Become a brain snob so that you will become that positive ripple effect in your community. Thanks for watching.